Hello there, welcome to the Heck Yes promotional podcast from Hobos number 2, the sequel. Woo! My name is Luke Biddle, you know that. This is other humans joining us.
Very loosely speaking.
I'm Russ Creamer.
Russ Creamer.
I'm Tony Davidson.
You all know me, Lloyd Poland, the guy with the shirt.
The same shirt.
I prefer the shirt.
The shirt.
I prefer
The
the
red
shirt.
and black one.
You prefer the shirt to the human? Or?
No, I prefer the shirt to your red and black shirt.
I like my red and black shirt. Don't hurt my feelings, man.
Sorry.
We've only just got going and you're already putting me down.
It's like, when did we become about like fashion advice and stuff like that? I mean, I don't know. What do you think of my shirt? Rate it.
I like it. I like Thor.
Yeah, it's fine. Look better on a Thursday.
What? Because it's Thor's Day.
There you go.
Really sharp.
He knows his mythology.
Oh yeah, of course I do.
So what are we doing? We're talking about the upcoming Hobos show.
Absolutely, we've had a good successful one now.
Yeah, we had a successful gig.
So who's on?
Your man Tony Davidson.
I'm on. Yeah, this is my second one for you guys. The first one was about 2 months ago. And it was the bollocks. It was absolutely fantastic. I loved the way that everyone went for the really dark shit that I normally do, which I normally get booed in art centres and shut the door and never welcomed again. But it's a great gig down here. You've got a really nice following. It's
very different from your arty crowd, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like it's a starting scene as well, isn't it? That's what I like about it. It's like there's a scene emerging in Bridgend, which is cool.
Yeah, that was kind of our aim when we started doing this, wasn't it? You know, let's get it.
Yeah, which is why we've got to call you father. No.
Don. Yeah.
Donald.
Paterfamilias is the expression. It's the Latin term which means that a father that controls everything that goes on in the family, which is like my father.
It's a fucking first. We've had some Latin.
Paterfamilias.
Confusing the crowd.
Which I stole from Louis Theroux.
Did we just get lawyered?
That's crazy. So Louis Theroux, what was he a gangster? He doesn't strike me as the gangster sort. Louis Theroux.
No, he was talking about some horrible piece of work who controlled a cult.
Jimmy Savile.
A small comedic group.
Yeah, absolutely. Jimmy Savile.
Oh, Vincent.
No, he did like a weekend. Well, he like did a documentary about Jimmy Savile, didn't he?
He did.
It's fucking horrible to watch.
Yeah, and he asked him early on, didn't he? He said, "Are you a paedophile?" And he didn't actually answer.
He avoided the question.
He did, yeah.
I remember seeing
pointing out the window.
Just basically went, well, I know I'm not. You know, other people might say I am, but they're going, oh, you slimy bastard.
The thing I remembered most about it, we probably shouldn't let Jimmy Savile dominate this conversation too much. The thing I remember most is like he kept all his mother's dresses in her room, which he like kept as it was like when she died and that, and he was like all the dresses, and like he referred to it as the Duchess, and it's like, whoa.
You know that's very similar to a guy from a film called Psycho.
Yeah, it is.
So is keeping dresses from dead people not a good thing to do?
It's all right if you keep them, as long as you don't wear them.
That's what I'm here to talk to you about, mate.
The dress collection, although fabulous, is a bit incriminating. So how do we get off the subject of Jimmy Savile then?
Now.
Oh, that's so bad.
Very good.
All right, next gig. You're performing?
Yeah, I'm on. Who else is on with us?
We've got
Stephen Allen.
Yeah.
Chris Choppin.
Mike Bowers.
Mike Bowers, yeah.
That is an amazing lineup.
That's a good line. It's a strong lineup.
And anything else?
It's someone else.
Karen, someone?
Karen Sherrod!
Yeah.
Oh, how
Karen!
Oh,
sorry, Karen. Oh, God, she's going to kick my ass so bad for that.
Beat us. She's going to get the stick again.
As I call it, next time you see her, right, you got to call it Depedu.
Right.
Sherrod Depedu. I pointed that out to her after that gig in, what was that place called in Cardiff? The Shot in the Dark.
Oh, the Shot in the Dark. Yeah.
I was like in the bar afterwards. I was just calling it Dippy-Doo all the time. Dippy-Doo.
Sounds like something from South Park.
I know. Yeah, shit,
Hey,
right.
That was a difficult gig.
that was a difficult gig.
That was a difficult gig. That sent me back about 10 years. Just in my mind.
They've got hair again, no?
And it was the way that I've seen some compares in my time, but the way that the compare announced the acts
Will, wasn't it?
was a little bit like, with great respect, it was like asking someone to stand up at an AA meeting.
Will, I love
And
Will.
So, oh yeah, I know, don't get
And
me
so
wrong.
this is Tony.
Yeah, it was like, so we've got Tony. Oh yeah, there he is. And then he walked off. I was like, oh.
No, watching Will Ford perform is one of my favourite things because he's like, he'll tell you himself, he gets quite nervous and stuff about performing. But with his nervousness, it brings a sort of tension to watching it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, because he does like proper straight serious poetry. But he also does like these gangster rap parodies.
Oh yeah,
And he's like the whitest human on earth. And he's like doing, he's like imitating like Eminem and like Dr. Dre. Like, and it's just fucking hilarious. The Booty song is gonna go. We've got to get that recorded.
Is that the Beastie Boys one?
No, he doesn't.
No, that's the Priestley Boys.
The Priestley Boys.
Yeah, that was it. I remember in one of the last ones you did, in just round the corner, my girlfriend was, she went to the toilet during his act and she came back and she said that's one of the best things they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Just that, and it was so random, it was like, she absolutely loved it. So, good stuff.
Yeah, so we should try and get Will down here to play at some point, shouldn't we?
Yeah, the thing with Will is, as much as I love what he does, because it's really, really creative, I couldn't do it, you know, I really appreciate the artistry that goes into it. I don't think it's very well received in a crowd, in the type of crowds that we tend to play with.
I don't know, man.
Maybe it would be better off in the sort of poetry atmosphere, but a little bit more, you know, people are a bit more receptive of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, if you've got the serious
It's quite a niche
Well,
act
no,
that he's got, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. He lights the room up though, man. When he does like the Booty song, and it's just like, because we know the words and stuff now, like we can sing along with the Booty song, and it's just, I don't know. I wonder whether it would go down well here. I mean,
It's definitely, if he's up for it, we definitely stick it, because I love him. I think he's superb. And he's a really lovely guy as well.
Yeah.
because we got to work on the December lineup. I think you should get involved, and maybe your mate from Mass Comedia. should
Oh
get down here.
yeah. When, do you know when the date is?
It'll be. Oh Christ! I can check it on my phone. Oh, my phone's off. It'll be the third Thursday of December.
So it'll be
So
like.
it's like a Thursday just before Black Friday.
Oh
which is
right,
a bit
you'll be up
tricky,
for that. Yeah, you'll be up
but,
for that.
I thought the third Thursday of December is the 25th.
No, because then you
No,
wouldn't
it's
have
the
you wouldn't have
18th.
room for a 4th December.
It's the 18th.
4th December.
It's the 18th.
4th December. That's what it,
4th
that's my emo band. I'm currently starting.
4th December.
4th December. Yeah, we're I'm growing the fringe out now, and I'm working on the self-harm aspects.
You do that every
Before.
time when you stand up on stage.
Yeah, it is pretty brutal on my ego, but my ego is massive, so I can get away with it. Like, do you want to talk about Mass Comedia?
Yeah. It's good. It's a nice little idea we had about six months ago. Just to put together this radio show and just try and get as many people in the South Wales scene involved as possible. Really.
How did you go about it? How did you go?
How do you go about it? Right. Well, I used to do a housing show on Radio Cardiff.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't at all interested in it, but it was a part of my job.
You kept that one quiet, but you didn't publicise that one.
Yeah.
It's your latest
It's not the
project.
sort of shit you put on your Facebook, to be honest with you. Listen to this. I've got a bloke in talking about greenhouses. The biggest hard on under the table. No, he's not the sort of thing that you know that I sort of shout
I didn't
about.
even realise they had housing radio shows. I didn't
realise they had housing in Cardiff until I got the fucking job. But yeah, it was like a thing I did with my job, and then I left my job, and then the show disappeared, and then I just thought, you know, I really, really want to do something like this. I want to try and get comedy involved in it. So I spoke to them, and they said, yeah, all right. Then we put the whole idea together, and they let us go with it, and they let us swear. The reason why I haven't asked you guys on it yet, because you can't say fuck or bugger, and you can't use the C word.
That shit.
I will tell you this, right? I've been on BBC Radio Wales, no less.
Just the once?
Yeah.
I made Jamie Owen's career flash before his eyes. I swear. And I didn't even swear. I didn't even swear, but I made him go like this. And he was looking at me over his notes, and he's like, the panic in his eyes. I registered it.
What did you say?
You got to tell
I
the
told
story.
him the story. Right. The story goes like this. I was there as part of my poetry project, Define Poetic, and I received some funding from Unlimited, and like they put me on there and just to sort of promote the project. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool. I played the song on there as well. But they were taking this angle, which is like the classic media human interest bullshit angle, where they were trying to paint this story of me being a naughty boy who got kicked out of school, and I was redeemed through poetry, and they were trying to lay that out, like, and I could see it happening. I was like, I'm not comfortable with this at all.
Yeah.
So it got to the point where he was like, so Luke, how naughty were you? I just looked at him.
They're naughty.
Back to Jimmy Savile.
That doesn't go down well on radio. People don't get it.
They can't see it. That's the best thing. Like that.
He said, Luke, how naughty were you? And I just looked him square in the eyes and said, well, I got expelled from school for cutting off a kid's ear with a can of Coke. And he just went like that.
That's really practical.
No, but I didn't actually, I got expelled from school for that reason, but I didn't actually do it.
Right.
I got involved, like me and my mates started like a mini riot in the school
Because
grounds.
that's better.
But no, it really,
Years off Billy Rock.
somebody threw a can of Coke and some kid's ear got cut. And I was like the classic naughty boy of the school. So Chinese whispers and stuff like that. And it was like, it turned into a story where I was holding some guy down like Mr. Blonde.
Right.
And I was like cutting his ear off with a can of Coke, which didn't actually happen at all. But my mum did receive a letter saying, your son has been excluded from the school for cutting off a kid's ear with a can of Coke. And it's just like fucking ridiculous. But absolutely worth it to watch his fucking face in that moment. And he had a cohort,
Yeah.
and her name was
Bitch.
Yeah.
Very much.
Her name was Louise something, but I always remember her as Corporate Power Fingers.
Oh right, okay.
Because it ever seen like any of these like management techniques, like where people like, so like, if you do this shape, you mean something. And she was doing all that to me while this thing, all this is going on in this thing. She's like, so tell me about your story. And I was like, this is fucking rubbish. But it was a really exciting experience. Like,
No, good. All right, well, we will have you guys on the show. We will
Yes.
definitely. You're allowed to talk about slightly adult topics. You can check in the odd
Pornography.
stories thing. Yeah, you
It's
can
live
just
as
get,
well, isn't it?
Yeah, you can get the odd sort of. Oh, you can go that far, but I wouldn't go too far into certain aspects. We were talking about what's the guy's name? Dapper Laughs.
No.
The other day,
That bellend.
yeah.
maybe we should talk about that. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
we could do. Do you know what? I thought he was sort of bigoted and homophobic and sexist before he said that. To be honest with you, it was always there, and that's what built him up to be what he was.
I didn't know who this guy was until I heard this story about this crap that he said.
Yeah.
And then I checked him out and I went, yeah, I can see why he shouldn't be on ITV. But ITV can't do anything right anyway. They can't do comedy, they can't do drama, they can't do sport.
yeah.
Right, list of best ITV sitcoms probably includes Goodnight Sweetheart.
Oh.
And that wasn't very good. Was that on ITV? I think it was.
I think that was BBC.
Oh, was it?
BBC.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
too
it was-
good for ITV.
Yeah, it was too good. Even that was too good for ITV, though, wasn't it?
Duty Free from the 1980s was on ITV, which is basically a program about swinging, which was just it was all it was really. It was just two.
Did they
couples
feature the
who
Conservative?
It was just two couples who fancied each other, who just sort of spent the entire time trying to shag each other, and it was they should have just admitted that they weren't in love anymore and just gone off with the other one. It's simple as that, rather than waste 2-3 series. But there's not been many other ITV sitcoms I can remember. And has there been any recently?
Benidorm, is that
Benidorm, that's alright, but it's got. I'd like anything with Johnny Vegas in it myself, because
I
I
don't know. Johnny Vegas was really funny for like 5 minutes, and then you just realise he's just an obnoxious.
No, man, when you watch his stand-up, man, it's fucking brilliant. The way he fucking.
Sorry, man, I disagree. It was tiring. It was long.
It was for its time. It was right then. They needed someone like that, and then I don't know. Maybe it was a bit.
I think the way, because he does that whole thing of like presenting himself as a character, and he's sort of like going to like I'm really upset mode, and like when he's like riffing off the audience in that sort of like I'm a depressed maniac mode.
Steve Coogan did the
He's
same, didn't he?
masterful.
Yeah.
They did
The Pissed Mancunian.
It's Paul Carr. On ITV, they also did those TV shows where they did an audience with. And they like audience with Bruce Forsyth, audience with Adolf Hitler, I think they did. Jesus Christ was on there as well, sort of stood at the top like that. Adolf
If
Hitler
you're
like that.
Jesus and you know, clap your hands.
There's all this sort of crap celebrities in the crowd, and Steve Ryder's like, oh, Hitler.
Oh, I remember that bunker. Yeah, I remember those shows. They're nauseating, aren't they?
A little bit.
Variety, innit?
It's like you were saying, like about like American comedy roasts. It's like our equivalent of that culturally is the audience with, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And it's like all like, oh, you're so wonderful, oh, you're so magnificent,
Yeah,
oh, you're
yeah.
fucking
It's self-indulgent.
tax dodging,
Yeah.
evil bastard. Oh, yeah. It's like fucking.
It is very, very self-indulgent to do an audience. An audience with me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's what you're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
when you're presenting someone like that.
And you get all those like celebrities in the audience, and it's like, oh, what's that fucking Live at the Apollo?
Yeah.
And they always like focusing on the celebrities in the audience. I find that sort of nauseating as well. What I find most nauseating is watching political debate take place in the House of Commons. You ever actually tried to watch them? You're like, rah, 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 and they're like all fucking horrible, corrupt white men, like all like massively privileged, like all somehow whinging at each other, and it's like nothing is ever going to be resolved in that situation. Like it's so fucking. So stuck in that fucking, oh, it's all the blue people's fault. Oh, it's all the red people's fault. Oh, no, we got second homes.
Do they talk with their hands?
They do have socks.
Do they have
eyes? Yeah. Really should.
I'd
serious about this
I'd
radical
watch it if it was like that. I'd be more inclined to watch it.
Sorry.
Oh, God, he's a strong.
Oh, he does that.
Sorry. I think we might actually be
The
fixing
cameras on you in a leather sofa. You shouldn't have brought him here. If anyone did that to me in the 70s or 80s, I'd go fucking mental. I get really funny about my own personal space. If anyone did that with a puppet, I don't care what it fucking was. That would be it.
Puppet is coming off and being inserted in something.
Never seen that fucking bird out there.
Who was punching
You.
Ron Howell's face into the ground?
You.
On some breakfast. Breakfast show. Look, he's kicked off again.
Yeah. And it'd be likely to be that he would face his death in the morning because I'd probably be seriously hungover after a massive coke binge. If I was ever actually on that programme anyway, I'd be there. Yeah, 80s, 90s, you know, now.
I'm ready for that fucking puppet now!
I'd just be sat like that. If it did it, that'd be it.
Just getting a call from the producer.
So
we've
keep
only
it
got
up
2
to that,
minutes
not
left.
to attack you with puppet hands.
You could do it on a night out, on a big night out, if I was on that stuff. You could do as much as you want, mate, I wouldn't care. No, in the morning, no. That's why I don't do it and go to work in the morning. I don't want to do.
You should, it's fucking amazing.
I have to play my puppet before we go. No.
In the dresses.
The other thing, right.
I got an image of you sitting in a dress with like 2 sock puppets on your head. Can we film that?
Stop looking through the window. It'll all be alright.
I knew those binoculars were coming handy. There's a fucking you sitting there with a tiara on going, what do you think, Mr. Blimkin? I don't think it's very nice.
Tiny little plastic table. Like a tea little tea
Yeah, we did a
party.
tea party. Can we do that?
This is all a bit weird. Should we move on?
You brought something,
Can we film you in a dress with sock puppets having a tea party, please?
Let's give it a go.
That is going to be the best
Give
thing.
him a gig, mate. Give him a gig on Christmas Day.
We've got a full team here. Can we get a dress in here?
Some colours.
Well, I'm enjoying myself anyway. This is brilliant. Fucking hell, this has been a fucking... Well,
We've got to wrap it up, guys.
Well, we're wrapping it up apparently.
Producer's going nuts.
So what do we
This whole
tackled?
team.
We tackled democracy,
Yeah.
drug use,
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile,
Cross-dressing.
cross-dressing,
Massacre media.
master media,
of course,
puppetry.
Yeah.
You're
So
the
just to
cameraman,
recap, the next gig here is...
Yeah.
The 20th of November. Line up. Oh Christ, I'm gonna forget people now.
Do you want me to do it for you, mate?
No. Line up is Chris Choppin, Karen Sherrard, Tony Davidson, Stephen Allen,
Yeah.
Mike
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 Bowers,
Bowers, yeah.
and me.
Yeah.
Comparing the market.
What's the damage on the door?
What's it down? £4 entry.
Lovely.
I think you,
7:30
discount
goes
tickets
open.
are available if you follow the link, which will be below this thing.
Down there.
Down there.
Down here.
Yeah.
Somewhere. On the balls.
So fucking turn up, Bridgend, please.
And everywhere else, yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, including like Afghanistan.
Timbuktu.
Yeah.
Timbuktu.
Atlantis. if you can make it, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, Atlantis would be a bit of a fucking boom, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Because like the tabloids would be all over that. And we love the tabloids.
On that note, we gotta close this one out.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. You have
Bye-bye.
a good night.
You thought we forgot, didn't you? We never forget. Skynet, 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 Skynet. I'm up.